Q&A to do. I hope you're doing fine, cause it's Q&A time again. Hello world, how's it going? Hope you guys are all doing great. If not, as always, I hope it gets better for you. So welcome to another Friday Night Live Q&A with your host, me, LRB, and I am here to help you as well as the community here, which we have many awesome people in this community and on this live stream to help you all with your freshwater keeping questions, whether it be freshwater fish, shrimp, and or plants. Yes, of course I did the song, and I did try to wait until a few more people got in before I sang the song, because it's always kind of a slow roll for most people. But I was already kind of running late, so I couldn't let it run up too long. But hello, all you awesome people in the chat. Glad to see y'all in here. And hope you guys are all doing well. So, been real busy around the fish room lately, just putting parts and pieces together for multiple projects. As much as like it would be nice to focus on one project at a time, some projects take time, whether it be getting parts or putting it together, or even taking the time to think about the placement and function of how you're going to even put the project together. So I have multiple projects going now. It's crazy. I'm trying to finish them up one by one. I have been videoing it for you guys. I've got a couple of videos in the edit pocket. I just haven't released them yet. I want to stockpile just a few more before I do start releasing them. But I have been working on them for you guys just to let you know. And pond season's coming soon too, so that'll be fun getting outside. Absolutely been loving this weather with it getting warmer here. I'm finally getting out of my hibernation. It's great. Wanting to go back outside again. But enough about me. We're here for your guys' questions. I am scrolling and I see lots of hellos. Hello, all you awesome people. Tom Patterson says, Circle City Aquarium Club auction Sunday. Will you be around? That's this Sunday. I should probably go to that. That's not far. Haley, I see Oddball Aquatics in here. If she could like definitely be in my ear about that, that would be helpful. That's one problem with having multiple projects all the time too going. Now you do have to prioritize them, and one's a big priority I've been working on. But it's just trying to remember everything and then adding stuff on top of it. Makes it a real pain. But yes, I would love to go to that Circle City Aquarium auction. So if anybody is in the area of Indiana, Indianapolis, Ohio, or just in the Midwest, or who knows. Circle City Aquarium Club does have an auction this Sunday. I'm sure on their website should have the time. And there's Oddball Aquatics. I see her in here. No candy tonight. No, there's not. I don't see a candy, but that does remind me to get into live chat, so thank you for reminding that. Oh, and then I see a candy. There she is. Candy, thank you so much for the $2 super chat, throwing out the live chat heart emoji. I appreciate you, Candy. You are the absolute sweetest and best. Thank you so much. Maybe Lucas will do a closing song. You know what? Maybe. I haven't thought about that. Sometimes I put a little diddle out there for you guys. CJ Clays, my goodness, my brother, thank you so much for the $35 super chat. Says, how about those purple shrimp you used to talk about? So there are some purple shrimp floating around in the fish room. They're kind of in cold tanks here and there. But if you do want to make purple shrimp yourself, take some blue dreams and some fire reds, mix them together. They're not going to make all purple, but they will start making and producing some purples. Now it'll take time to line out and get the genetics and all that stuff to work it out of the line, and to just distinctively get purples may take years, but it is possible. I just personally, I don't have time. It's a shame. It really is a big shame of the time and things that I see that come and go out of this fish room that are like, have only existed in this fish room. For instance, like that green Riley that I had, or Riley, whatever you want to call it. I don't know where it's at, but it's in there somewhere, who knows? But who knows if it's still there. But stuff like that, I wish I had time to actually put time towards. And that's why I don't mind telling you guys either. Like any of the combinations you guys want to know as far as like shrimp making. Because if somebody else puts the time towards it, then maybe I can buy some purples from you. But you can totally make purple shrimp from blue and reds, if that's what you're seeking for. It can totally be done. But CJ, thank you so much for the super chat and the support. I appreciate it. Thank you. And Chris Traps, my brother, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. It says, hope the fish room is doing well. Can we check out some orange or yellow shrimp? So the yellow shrimp are in the other room. Kind of in the belly of the beast. That's clear on the other side, but we can definitely look at some orange shrimp that are just hanging out here. These guys just hang out all the time. If I could get that glare off. There we go, a little focus. Well, we can watch these guys just for a little bit. See, they're floating everywhere. They love this guppy grass. They get all up and around it. There's actually was dwarf neons in here, and you see all these shrimp in here. But then I got all this guppy grass. I've got driftwood, so they had nice coverage to have their nursery and have their babies, and they just kept thriving with the dwarf neons in there. About that size of dwarf neons. And these guys actually, you see all these guys in here? I know these aren't shrimp, but there's tons of babies just up at the surface living with them. Colony breeding with the colony. Pretty nice. Oh, there's some shrimp. Chris Traps, thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate it. I was looking for some babies. I'm surprised I don't see many dwarf neon babies in here. I know I seen some the other day. Yeah, there's some oranges. And as far as the yellows, yeah, they're in the other room right now. Maybe we'll hit those up later. Okay, scrolling. Man, these tanks need some love though, but the new system I'm about to put on with this water change system should totally help out my maintenance, and that's the one I've really been prioritizing lately. Zoom. All right, back to your guys' questions. There's Brotato in the chat there. It's great to see you, Brotato. Lucas loves snails. That's true. Snails are good for certain things. Best to keep them out of breeding tanks, though, in my opinion. If you're like breeding fish, like shrimp, not so much, doesn't really matter, but with some fish eggs, it can be problematic. Bravehearts 1986 says, is it okay to breed Neocaradinia shrimp in a 10-gallon tank? Yeah, definitely. A lot of people do it. I do it myself. I've got tons of shrimp sitting in 10-gallon tanks. And those are really good too when you're trying to line breed shrimp. Say you are trying to get that purple shrimp. Best thing to do is to have a bunch of little tanks like that so you can break up all the different genetic mutations that come out of them to better help line them out. That's what I did with my Blue Dreams to get all their mutations out. Okay, I wish I could comment to a lot of these comments, but then it wouldn't be so much a question and answer session. Trying to power read here. Okay. No. Scrolling. Okay, well, I'm not seeing many questions. Lots of chats. Terry Tropical Aquatics says, ever kept or bred Colombian red and blue tetra? Question, who got 25 of them today? Well, I'm guessing maybe you did, Terry, and I was actually in Terry's live stream the other day just hanging out. Really good dude. And I've got to meet him before at the GCCA event. And as far as the blue and red Colombians, I absolutely love them, especially in a blackwater situation. Oh my God, they really shine. Where you just got that low light with that tinge of that blackwater. It definitely complements them. But I have kept them. They do like to be in groups with themselves. They are kind of a bigger Tetras, so watch out for smaller fish. Sometimes they can be a little territorial, even though most Tetras are known to be peaceful. It all kind of depends on Tetras and their situations and their tank mates and feeding routines and stuff like that. Like right now, I've been trying to deal with some hangry discus that I'm trying to get to pair up, but discus and their hierarchy, it's kind of a pain. But it goes with most types of fish in this aquarium hobby. Hence why I'm talking about all this. Rob says he's praying for the day I have goldie-eyed decay again. Did I pull it? No, they were pictas. I think I do have a few. I don't have very many, but I do have a few. The problem is just getting quantity of them and being able to breed them and utilize all that out. That's what this whole thing is over here for. As you can see, it's got like the little containers. It'll have the sump. So hopefully that'll help me get that stuff more organized and functionable for my life and time schedule. But it's been nice. I felt like I've been pressed for time all week, which I really felt like, I mean, I'm always kind of pressed for time, but not like, oh, on the rush. But when I'm on that, I enjoy that because I know I'm really getting stuff done. Man, I am way off and all over the place on this chat. Ranita Wellman, PhD. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat, Ranita. Says good game. Thank you. Appreciate you. Hey Lucas, can corridors habrosus be kept without heater and temperature around 68? Yes, they definitely can. For sure. They come from, I think, what is it? It's somewhere in South America. I know it's, I don't know why I'm having a brain fart right now. But I know that they get that cold mountain water during certain seasons where it'll trigger them to breed. That's why people do cold water changes on those types of quarries. Alan Packer says, how do you select your Skittle shrimp when someone's ordering them? I'm about to order some and was curious. So what I do is I just scoop up a whole big old net full of shrimp. And also I'll go through like my fire reds and my blue dreams and take the culls out of those. And I will put those into one container. Then that kind of goes into my culls. So always kind of keeping fresh blood in there. And then I'll just get a big scoop out of one of my cull tanks. And then I'll just try to add as many colors as I can to what I got. And it all kind of depends on the tank that is coming out. It depends on which tanks I'm getting into. So different culls can be different at different times. Because I don't always fish out of the same tank. If I were to constantly fish shrimp out of the same tank, then they start getting onto you and they realize it. And they will slow down breeding on you. So I do try to jump around on which tanks I get them out of. And thank you so much, Candy, for posting that website on there. Well, I appreciate you, Renita. Brad Hobby says, did you ever make the bubble burp device you talked about a few years ago? You are using plastic lids at this time of the video, but said you were working on a device. I don't know if I talked about this the other day or not on the last live stream. But yeah, I definitely have not forgot about it, and I did talk to Corey from Aquarium Co-op because I think it would be good to partner with him on. But we're kind of waiting for his bandwidth take the capacity of putting on a project like that. We'll see what happens. It definitely is still in mind. And honestly, I mean, I would just probably need a 3D printer, but there's a lot more goes into it if you really want to launch it. And if I were to launch something like that, I would want to do it properly. But yeah, it definitely is still part of the plan. Andre Ellis, has anyone tried guppies in cold water? My office fish room fluctuates from 58 to 70 during the day. You're fine with that. I've done that outside. They do it outside all the time. They don't mind. It's when it becomes a consistent 58, say if you were to leave them in 58 for like a month or something like that, then maybe they'll start getting tired of the cold and it will really mess up their immune system, and then it becomes problematic. But when it's just a day to night fluctuation, that's actually pretty natural. And PJ Kazemi, hope I pronounced that right. Thank you so much, PJ, for the $5 super chat. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, your guys' support has been awesome and very, very helpful lately. So I could never thank you guys enough, seriously. Efrain422 says, can I keep a pistogramma pair and group of angels in a 75-gallon? Yes, definitely, for sure. You could probably even keep some cory cats in there and maybe some other stuff. Rainbow fish or tetras if you wanted as well. Barbs, loaches. Ghoulie loaches, ooh, I love those. I don't keep them myself, but I do love them. There's so many fish I would like to keep that I don't keep because, I don't know, I've kept them before, but at the same time, I've got to be more business-minded anymore because just paying for the fish room and just trying to get to the next level of the fish room, I've got to be a little more particular in what I do. Because, I mean, well, granted that, and I still don't have enough tanks. Even though I have hundreds of tanks, I still don't have enough tanks. Maybe if I had more tanks, I guess that's the goal. Bobby K says, LRB, I have red tuxedo koi guppies that are meant to be pure strain. Out of hundreds of babies, one has body patterns similar to tiger antlers. Does this mean the strain isn't pure? So, depending on how you're breeding them, over time, when you colony breed guppies, they can actually go back towards their wild form, and that's probably what you're seeing, is that blood coming out of them out of their wild form. And or, depending on where you got it, maybe it got mixed in somewhere down the line, but if you've already had hundreds of babies, then possibly it is a colony breeding issue. Because genetics can recess back and show back up with shrimp and fish, with guppies. Guppies especially. Shrimp not as much, but it is possible. Although rare in certain lines. The Midnight Lobster says, can you keep any shrimp in a tank without a heater? Yeah, for the most part. As long as it's not a consistent under, I would say, like 65 probably wouldn't bug them too much consistently, but much underneath 65, maybe the colony will start having issues. But I have seen Neocaradinias especially up underneath ice. Now Caradinias, they're a bit more sensitive with the temperature and the freezing. Just because, just in general, their lines aren't bred as healthy and hardy as some Neocaradinias are. I think that's just due to the amount that are bred and how many have been bred. Like Neocaradinias, they breed, like, they're a lot more hardy. And they take about anybody's water. Caradinias, they need specific water. So I think that's why it makes it a little more trickier on them. And then you got all the other types of shrimp, like bamboo shrimp and all that. Now, they may have different temperature requirements, but your general Neocaradinias, they really don't care. Do you have or ever cared for Farlowella, twig catfish, or needle nose fish, like your channel and vlogs? So I have not. I don't have any videos on me personally taking care of any. But I do have a video of a fish room tour of Oddball Aquatics. And I believe it was the second part of the first time I was there. It has all these little fish hiding underneath a cave on a thumbnail. And Regina Spotty, she actually was breeding them. She had babies. She talked about how she fed them and was raising them, and that they can be kind of needy while raising them. But she talked all about it. It was a really, really good story about all that. So if you check out Oddball Aquatics, part 2, it's a fish room tour. And try to find that. It's got a bunch of little fish underneath the cave. Clay Prentice says, Guppies are eating my shrimp food before the shrimp can get to it. What would you recommend feeding the shrimp that the guppies would not eat? That's a tough question. I mean, probably green beans or something like that. They would probably go for. I really don't have an issue so much because when I feed tetracolor tropical granules, and when I feed quite a bit. So like the guppies are eating, and then like the rest will fall into either plants or the rock piles where the shrimp will be. And then the shrimp can eat that way, or there'll just be some left over. Taking off my live, but anyways, as far as feeding them, I would try to feed them in separate spots, because if your guppies are eating where your shrimp are and vice versa, then it just becomes problematic for predation and other issues, like the shrimp not getting enough food. Rex Cyrus says, what do you think of the dragon humpback puffer? Pretty neat fish. Definitely think they need big tanks. Nice space for them. I don't know a whole lot about them, but they are really cool looking. They kind of look like a, I don't know. Haley sent me a picture. Oddball Aquatics sent me a picture of it. Of one not long ago. Kind of looked like, I don't know, a frog or a toad in a log. It was weird. It was all hiding in this like cave, which is odd behavior for a puffer. Addicted to Fish, thank you so much. Or Addicted to Fish Chick, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Says, summer is coming, Lucas. Save your empty tetracolor tropical granules containers. String some clear Christmas lights through them, and you'll have an epic patio light. Ooh, that's quite interesting. I didn't think about with the lights. I actually do save those containers too, because they're great containers. I mean, you could use them for all sorts of stuff. You could plant plants in them, drill out the bottom, put it in your screws or your nails or any loose items, any loose fish items. I guess make patio lights with. But yes, very good point. Those tetracolor tropical granule containers are great for repurposing, and great idea. And thanks for sharing, and thanks for the super chat. Appreciate that. Addicted to Fish Chick. Bongholio 6543210 says, good day, mate. What's the benefits of, say, a colony of peppermint bristlenose compared with just pairing up? I guess it all kind of depends on your setup with that. Like, are you putting them in a big tank? Are they going to have enough space to really breed out in a colony? Are they going to have enough cave areas? Are they going to get enough food? Are you going to feed them? Now, if you're thinking about just pairing them, then you're probably going to want a smaller tank, so it's not such a big tank that it's hard for them to really find themselves and really put themselves in position. So it really goes with your tank space, I would say, as far as making that judgment call on that. But either way, they should breed together if you do decide to do a big tank in a colony. Eric Rodriguez says, hey, late to the show. Thanks for the tips last week. Still no multis with babies, but I'm keeping my hopes up feeding Cyclops and frozen bloodworm with flakes. Well, that sounds like I should get them going. The flakes, I don't know so much. Maybe get those tetracolored tropical granules, I tell you what, it gets them going. They like that protein. They definitely like the protein. And with the multis, it does definitely take them time. Give them some time to get comfortable to their space and get them bred out. Usually takes a few months. Regina Flange, always great to see you in here. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Regina says, picked up a 20 high, 20 longs, out of stock, stocking ideas. So I actually love the 20 high, way over the 20 long. 20 high is like one of my favorites. It's like half a 40 gallon. And as far as stocking, you pretty much keep any like community nano type fish like rainbows, barbs, tetras, rasboras, killifish, angelfish, discus. As long as they're not a monster fish, you can keep them in there. I mean, even all types of puffers and all sorts of stuff. Cory cats. See, I like to, I don't know, I really like to throw everything together myself. Some people like the unification of just like one type of fish where they just kind of swim around. But sometimes to get them to swim around too, you also need that like one main show fish. So like, in instance, either a discus or an angelfish paired with a school of tetras or rasboras. Then you can get into like color combos where you've got like red fish and blue fish, and then you've got like a red and blue tank, or you can go with like Kobatai rasboras and chili rasboras where you've got a green and red tank. That also looks gnarly. There's just so many ways to do it. That's what I love about aquariums, and I think that's why the MTS is real. The multiple tank syndrome gets so real for us, is just all the combinations and way to do this. But thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate it, Regina. And good luck with your new tank. Have fun with that. And once again, sorry if I'm missing any of your guys' questions. I do my best to try to speed scroll through this, and sometimes it just jumps around on me. Josu Garza, I hope I said that halfway right. Try my best, at least. Do you have a website to order? I do, lrbaquatics.com. Kate Crease 10 says, can you keep Mano shrimp with red cherry shrimp? So a Mano shrimp with red cherry shrimp can be kind of picky, or can be kind of difficult, because the Manos are actually big and they can take out cherry shrimp. And they're vivacious. They love to eat constantly. So I would recommend keeping them separate for sure. I actually have a Mano tank, just a few of them where I keep them separate. I use them to clean up some plants like Anubiases and Bushas when they get algae on them and stuff. But I would definitely keep them separated. Chris Pinto, my bro-tato. What's up, bro? Thank you so much for the $15 super chat. It says, the smellier the fish, the better the dish. Hashtag fish Jesus. Oh my God. Thank you so much, Chris Pinto, for the laugh and the super chat. That's pretty funny. And Fire to Ashes, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. It says, what is that one species of catfish that you have that looks similar to Pictus or cuckoo catfish? It's silver with black spots. So I think you may be talking about the mini sharks. So I do have the Pictus or whatever in the other room, the Synodontis lucipennis, which kind of look like the Pictus. I don't know if you're talking about those or the mini sharks, which are actually in this tank next to me. Let me see if I can get a flashlight, because I would like to see them myself. And they are really cool. And it's been a while. And I haven't seen them since I took the discus out of here, so let's Let's check this out. Oh, Build Pineapple's getting himself in trouble. Oh, that reflection is horrible. Oh yeah, they're gonna hide in that Anubias here. So I don't know if it's that what you're talking about, those silver catfish. Those are mini sharks. Some people think they're grass cutter catfish, but definitely not a grass cutter catfish. It's something else. I typed in mini shark, and I think Aquarium Glacier was the only one that had any information. It was like a Pletterapus or something like that as far as the main name. But there's really not a whole lot of information on those catfish. Like, I found it really, really hard to find information on them. And I need to get to breeding them just because there's not really a whole lot of them. But thank you so much, Fire to Ashes. I hope that satisfied that super chat question. If not, if it is the Lucipennis, let me know. Those would be the Cynodontis Lucipennis that kind of look like the Pictus as well. But those are silver. The Lucipennis aren't so much silver. My multis, I crush up flake food pellets and tetracolor granules really fine and feed that to them. When aquarium co-op fry food, they breed a lot as well. Yeah, and I think that's the trick with getting the shellies, especially after they start breeding. You have to wait until you start seeing babies of them too, till you want to crush it up too much, because those cichlids have big mouths, or well, those Assimilus, the Cynodontis, the multis, they have bigger mouths where they can extend their jaws out, so they have no problem eating the granule food. That'd be the second one you mentioned. Oh, I don't know. What would you say is your rarest unusual plant? Oh, probably this one I'm working on right now that ain't even in the hobby. That I actually have been working on myself. Let's see how it's doing. Yeah, it's not doing as hot as it was. Looks like it's kind of dissipating back. This is a plant that is not normally an aquatic plant and never been used in aquatics, but it's been in there for at least a month. I think I might have it too deep though. I don't know if it's getting enough light there or water change. It is like a type of fern. I'm not going to tell you the name of it though, because that's kind of a secret right now. Until I can see if it really does anything, and then maybe I will share either my success or my failure. And then, I don't know, I got the Guza 2009. I've got some other rare plants. A lot of my rare plants have kind of gone away just because I haven't been sticking up with my FERT regimen. I haven't been doing my proper water changes like I should been. And yeah. I do got this Ferrugenia crypt. It's really rare too. I got a tiger crypt somewhere that's pretty rare. Rare plants is actually what got me into the aquarium hobby, like really hardcore to begin with. That was back in the Aquatic Plant Central.net days, the PlantedTank.net days. I used to just mess with the rare plants from all over the world. I had this guy who collected in Poland from like everywhere, and he used to always send me all kinds of stuff, amongst other people. And since that was like my main focus a long time ago, it just hasn't been my real main focus lately as far as like with what I keep. Bobby K, LRB, if you could go and see any fish in its natural environment, what fish would you choose? Oh, that's a great question, Bobby K. Wow. That's a great question. I don't know if I ever thought about that. I think I would pick the environment more or less on location than I would so much on a specific fish. So saying that, I think I would like to go to Sulawesi. Oh, but there's so many cool places in like Australia or New Zealand. Or not New Zealand, but Papua New Guinea. And yeah. I don't know, Madagascar would be cool. There's probably stuff in Madagascar that we haven't even seen. All kinds of these islands that we haven't even seen the fish of. That's why they're constantly coming up with like new rainbow fish and things. That's a tough question. I don't think I could just pick one specific. It's kind of impossible. And who knows what they got down in Antarctica. Supposedly that isn't all ice. Wouldn't that be crazy if there's like tetras and rainbow fish down there? Dexter Baker says, just acquired 2 large adult longfin zebradanias. One is really plump. Is this a sign of sex or just a dominant food eater? So yes, the females get super plump and she's probably full of eggs and they're probably breeding every day, especially if you're feeding them well. The males will stay skinny, they'll stay thin, and then the females, they just get ginormous. And Danikin Aquatics, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. It says, what's up, bro? Hope all is well with you and the family. We are all doing great. Thank you so much, Danny and Ken. I hope you guys are doing great over where you're at. And I appreciate the support and the super chat. And Danikin, I believe he comes on after I do. K Walker says, do crystal shrimp need aqua soil or can I use dirt and clay? Thanks. You can use dirt and clay. It can get tricky though. It all kind of goes into, I mean, I think you'd really be good with dirt and clay because I don't think you're going to get much to leach out of that would actually have an issue with any of the caridinias. I noticed some shrimp really love to pick through that clay too because there's like mortamolite or something like that they like to eat on. I had a dirted tank with some Manos in it and they absolutely went crazy through the dirt and kicked it all up and ate it all and pulled it all up from underneath the cab. So as long as you're keeping your hardness where you need to, around 140, 200, preferably around 180 is kind of idea. And mostly, as long as it's mostly GH and not so much KH, then you'll be good. Let's see, everyone have red, white, so good way to start blue Neo shrimp. I actually had a red, white, and blue shrimp at one point. It was kind of crazy. It was like a blue, red, really with white on the head. The fishy mailman Lucas put more crypts up, I'll buy them. I was actually planning on organizing my fish room to have much more crypts in it. I do have them growing around, but yeah, you guys eat them up like crazy. That's another thing too, is trying to balance all this, that, and other to your guys' demands. I'm not complaining at all, but I am trying my best over here. Oh yeah, dive into the reef lakes, that would be cool. Is that how you spell it, fishy man? Mailman, Montemornolite? I don't think that's something like that. That's funny. Rob Jovic says, what's the most rare fish or shrimp you have available right now for purchase? Right now, as far as shrimp, it's just your Neocaradinias. So I would say the 18 Blue Dreams. I mean, I've got rare shrimp, I just don't usually sell them out like that, like the green rillies and the yellow rillies. And I am planning on getting back into caridinias. I just have to have the proper setup to do so, but that's not until like maybe this next winter or like late fall. because I still got like so much backyard work to do and so many projects I got to do within here, and then on top of the organization and the maintenance that I got to do to keep up with it. It is in the pipeline though. Missy Loveless says, what size or age do cherry shrimp start breeding? I'd say about yay big. You can see them pretty small and carry eggs. And as far as the age, I would say it's probably about 3 months, maybe. What's the plant you just showed? A pogo stem and Helferi, LOL? Where was I in chat? I don't remember. If it was in this tank, it's a Brazilian pennywort and probably a Nubius or a Crep parva that was in the bottom too. Scrolling. I must be far away if that was the case. Oh no, I'm pretty close to the bottom. Dang, I'm nailing them out tonight. Woo! Let's see. Goobs, when are the majority of the plants coming back into stock? I want some of your Rotalias. I thought I might have put Rotalias back. The Rotalias and the Luigias, I've kind of been holding back. Pretty much everything else is in stock besides the Luigias and the Rotalia. Just because they're kind of bouncing back. I've been feeding them the ferts and getting them to where they're going. And I was wanting to split some out into other tanks because you guys just eat those things up. I've got to get more going. Kay Walker says, I want to visit Florida. They apparently have most of the world's animals in one place. That is so true, Kay. That's a great answer. And I can't forget about Florida. I'm kind of biased since I'm in the U.S. and kind of bypass thinking of that. But yeah, they do. They got a little bit of everything down there. So I think Florida would be really cool as well to go visit and check out all the fish. Alex Glassfish says, hi, have you ever kept blue-eyed Congo Tetras? Are they all blue-eyed? That's a good question, because I know there are multiple types of Congo Tetras, but I didn't know if they're all blue-eyed. Are you guys blue-eyes? Come here. Oh, yeah, you guys do got blue eyes. So, yes, I have kept them. This is a little breeding group I got that I was working on. I actually have some of their moss that I split up. It was just growing too crazy in here. But I don't think it's doing any good. I was trying to get some eggs out of it. I've done it one time where they've bred all over that stuff, and then I just pull it out like a spawning mop, and I'll get babies from them. But I absolutely love Congo Tetras. Really easy fish to keep. They're not too picky on hardness or softness, and they like to be kept in groups. They do like to pair up with each other, and they spend most of their time on each other, like when you're keeping them in a community, so they don't pick on other fish. Being a bigger tetra with teeth, that, yeah, they don't really mess with anybody because they just spending time with themselves. And then, yeah, I don't know. I have kept them and I do like them. I would like to breed a whole bunch of them too. I would like to get the lantern Congo fish. Those are freaking amazing. They have different colors. Scrolling. You see them, Red Riding Hood Neo, sir. I just grabbed a 20 set. So I was actually working on those a long time ago. I used to call them raspberry berets. And I'm not sure where you got them, but just be careful because sometimes those are farmed out culls, so you'll get like 20 other culls and then they'll just start breeding everything and anything. Because it's not easy to line them out. But if you did find somebody who did line them out, hit me up. I would like to, I like nice strong lines of shrimp that I don't always have to work on, that I could work on somebody else's work. Fishy Mailman says, Lucas, no, my spelling is not so correct. Oh, well, those are on the same level as Killy's for spelling. I know what you mean. I know what you mean there. Those Killy names sometimes. They're a doozy. Hillbilly Aquatic, thank you so much for $1 super chat. giving me the poop emoji, but you're giving me $1 with it. So I'll take it, I appreciate it. Bigfoot Beard says, just set up a Skittle shrimp tank. Do they eventually all revert to wild types? So no, they don't all eventually revert to wild types. It does kind of depend on how you mix them as well. Now, the difference that can happen and what can happen, which may make people think that they do all revert to wild, is if the wilds are outbreeding and outcompeting all the other colorations and color morphs. So if you can maintain that, if it does start getting a ride, then you won't have any problems with it. And then some mixes, you can mix them up and really the wilds are minimal. And often, a lot of the time, is the wilds will have different colors as well. So it's not like you get one type of colored wild. You get like green striped shrimp. You get blue striped shrimp. You get all kinds of stuff. And holy moly, Finn Wiggles with the $20 super chat. Thank you so much again for the continued support, Finn Wiggles. That's awesome of you. Said, just set up a heavily planted 12-gallon for a A-team. How long do I have to wait? It all depends on how you set it up, what you set it up with. If it's all new substrate opposed to like old substrate, then it's gonna have a different time frame for the bio load. And then same thing if you put plants in from another tank, did it help seed that bio load? Also, do you have a snail in there to help seed that bio load? Sometimes I'll throw a guppy in too to help cycle a tank real quick. Like just take 1 or 2 guppies and endlers if you don't have any mulm. But you can instantly mulm up that tank. If you have a filter or a sponge that has just that dirty brown dirtiness that's on the bottom of your aquarium, and it just most people don't like it. You just muck up your tank with that, let it all settle down, and you can pretty much instantly cycle that tank that way. But even doing it that way with shrimp, I would still at least give it a week. Just so it just seasons better. Because shrimp really do like a tank where they can scavenge through and just sift through and eat all that bioload material, all that biofilm. And if you want to be real safe, then just do the 3 weeks. So it really depends on how risky you want to be. But really, you can instantly cycle them a day with just a mulm. I've done it multiple times. Many, many, many times. Thumbs down for LRB, that is offside. What's that mean? Koi Fish says, will you be selling any of those dwarf neon rainbow fish on site? Yes, here. We'll see. I've got to organize some, but I will definitely have some on there because I've got a lot going on. I'll probably wait until it warms up a bit. Thank you, Rich T, for asking people to hit the like button since I'm not the best at doing that. Thank you, Rich. The Nano Aquarium guy says, hi, do you breed Celestial Pearl Daniels? If so, planning to sell. So right now I'm not planning on selling any. I am planning on breeding more. I'm working on their tank. Big reason why I haven't came out with another video for you guys is because I did mention doing a video of trimming this all out. But I'm kind of waiting for the right time to. There's a swap that is in Iowa. I may end up getting a table, or I may end up doing something with this. I guess I could probably take it to the auction this Sunday, some of it. But I got to trim up all this Brazilian pennywort to really get the CPD factory going before I start offering many. Because I have some groups, and I need to really organize my bloodlines as far as those groups go with the CPDs. And I do have videos on breeding CPDs in my fish breeding playlist if you need to know or want to know how to breed them. But I do have plans on coming out with more of those and getting those all organized. It's just one day at a time. It takes a while. Like, I know I said that like probably like 2 weeks ago, but like it's in the pipeline. It's all just like this project's got to get done first. The main project that's got to get done first is this one on my floor, which the pump, some of you guys may have seen in the thumbnail, but it's this like water vacuum system thing I'm working on. Oops. Well, good night, Barbados. That's awesome. Lucky. Yes. So, got that one. Thanks again, Finn Miggles, for that awesome super chat. And Rich T, thank you so much for your super chat. Throwing down a $10 super chat, says for Tetra Color Tropical Granules Fun. Well, thank you so much, Rich T. I appreciate you. And thank you. And Kevin Collis with the $5 super chat says, what Rich T said. Nice follow-up. Appreciate you, Kevin. Thank you so much, you guys, for the awesome support, really. It is a very much appreciated. Now, I know I had a question in here that I really wanted to hit. Oh, Fat Man Aquatics says, do you mind personal questions? No, I don't, Fat Man Aquatics. That's the one I was looking for. No, you can ask me anything, really. It's just granted we're mostly on here for shrimp, fish, and plants and stuff, and to help others. But I don't mind any question. And even if I did mind it at the time, I would probably still appreciate it for any thought or test it would give me. Prometheus says, do you dab in any apistos? So I have back in the day. I don't so much now. Just because they do like the warmer water. And when you heat aquariums, they also heat your room. So if you're doing a bunch of apistos and you're really trying to breed them out and get them going, you're going to need a nice warm room for them. You got to expect that. Because granted, you may not keep your room that way. Chris Pinto, thank you so much for the $5 super chat to support again. My bro Tato says, why do we say a pair of pants when there is only one article of clothing involved? Very confusing. Fish Jesus. Hashtag Fish Jesus. Why do we say a pair of pants when there is only one article of clothing involved? That's a good question. Because it has a pair of legs, maybe? But yeah, that is good question. CJ Clays, thank you so much for the support again. Holy moly, throwing down the 1501 at Chris Pinto. I thought the exact same thing this morning. I could just imagine putting on one leg at a time, just like, why is this a pair of pants? I've only got one in my hand. Oh, too funny. But thank you guys for the support. You guys are amazing. Fat Man Aquatics says, okay, cool. I was curious if you have another source of income or if you make a living off your fish room and YouTube. So yeah, it is all of my fish room and YouTube. I used to do construction. I worked construction for a long time. So when I was first transitioning, I all started this because my son was born, and if I continued to work construction, I would have had to put him in a daycare. I would have never saw him, and I just didn't want to do that, and I wanted to be at home with him more, so I just started doing side gigs of construction and then just slowly working the aquatic parts to it to where it like became 50-50 and then meshed over and just became all aquatics. Caleb Shrimp and Scales, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Caleb Shrimp and Scales says, $2 bill. Did you ever get any neon green rasboras? So, are you talking about the Kobatais? If so, I have had them in the past. And like I said, I like to combo those with the red strawberry rasboras. Those chili rasboras. I think that's a cool combo. But I don't have any at this time. If I had any, it would be in there, but I don't think I have any left. That was years ago. Can we see some of your Brazilian? Yeah, definitely. It is on sale right now too, because I'm trying to sell it. Like this stuff's not gonna really be sold. The stuff that's on top, like some in the middle's good there. Most of the Brazilian will probably come out of another tank. But like that down in there, that'll all come out. Just, it's gone crazy. It's gone absolutely crazy. It's been growing a long time. It's cool how it'll grow down too. I got this one upstairs where it's mixed in with Rotalia and it's like growing all over the place. And then in the back, like the whole thing is just littered with like the vines. Like the whole background is just vines. It's really cool. I'll have to make a video of it. I've been waiting for the right time. Wesley's usually up there playing or I'm sleeping and just hasn't been the right time to get the videos done up there properly. But, yeah, I need to do that. That's been on my list as well. Because a lot of times just shooting certain things too is just the right timing without a whole lot of interruption, and which I know a lot of you guys don't mind so much, but believe it or not, I do have I know I can't be a perfectionist and I know I'll never be perfect or whatever, but I don't know, I get hang-ups on certain things. Chubby Guppy, thank you so much for the $10 super chat, Chubby Guppy. I appreciate you, brother. Give me the thumbs up sticker. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm gonna do a quick power scroll backwards here to make sure I did not miss anything that I should have. God, and then I'm gonna power scroll back to the bottom here. So I did not want to miss anybody's super chats. And Candy Overhauls, once again, most awesome mod. Always helping me with the links and just doing what she does. Absolutely amazing. Mike Honcho says, what are those white tip barbs behind you? So these are Docentia similis. They're mascara barbs. They come from India, the Western Ghats. Same thing, the other fish in with them are hill trouts, come from the same waters. Gus McGrath says, will Cyrus stone raise pH and KH? I heard it can. I heard that it can dissolve. So if you're running a more acidic tank with softer water, then it can actually break down that Cyrus tank and raise the pH and KH a little bit. From what I hear. Now, I don't have experience in that, but definitely is what I hear. How much charge for your top plans? Or if you mean plants, they're actually really cheap. I think most expensive one I have is like 20 bucks, and that's like the Ferragenia crib. I think that cost me like $100 when I first bought it. I like to keep, since all my plants are homegrown, I like to keep everything low price for everybody. Well, you can't mess with my prices. Everyday deals. Terry's Tropical Tank says, how would you ever nuke a tank of all plant life if so wanted to? I don't know. There's all kinds of ways you could do it, really. Just put something in there that don't belong. Like soap or salt or... I don't know. I would never want to do such a thing. Any platinum purple koi guppies available? So not at the moment. I have a ton of males of them, but I don't have any females. I do have 2 groups split out right now. Or no, I think I got 3 groups split out right now working though on breeding more. Fat Man Aquatics says, thanks. I recently stopped working to do health stuff. Now I stay home with the kid and wife works. Would like to take my hobby to a point of profit to at least supplement the wife's job. Yeah, the best thing to do is just remember Rome was not built overnight, and it takes steps, it takes time. Do anything for 10,000 hours, you'll become a professional at it more than likely. And yeah, you just got to put in the grind and the time, and it won't be easy. but you'll learn a lot. You can do a lot, especially with plants, shrimp, guppies, fish. I mean, honestly, if I hate to look at it and think about it this way, but I mean, these fish tanks are kind of like little printing presses when you're home growing your own stuff and not bringing in stuff from elsewhere and all that stuff. I mean, they're literally growing money for me. So if you are trying to supplement a job or help yourself with income, it's actually a pretty good market, and it's really hard to supply everybody too, especially with the trade routes, and some of these trade routes getting all messed up. That with the conservation of these fish in the hobbies, who knows if this keeps it up, many of us breeders will be looked at to really start filling in. The Fishy Mailman, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Says, for all the work Lady LRB did during the freeze. Oh, you are a very good soul, the Fishy Mailman. She will absolutely love hearing that. But yes, I felt bad for her because all the emails and dealing with all that stuff, I know it was not easy. She really put some hard time and effort in. That weighed on her, and we're just glad to be out of there. Shipping's all great now. Weather's all great, and thank God. Thank God. I can't wait till summer. We can knock down the shipping price a little bit too, get those heat packs out of there. It's around the corner. It's around the corner. Well, thank you, Lonnie. I appreciate it. Pigeon Hawk 18 says, how do you calculate remineralizing your RO water? A lot of it's kind of trial and error. I do get my stuff from Nilo CG, and he actually has a lot of good formulations on his website that can help give you a base of where you want to start. And then just kind of test from there, from just dosing and whatnot. And Finwiggles says, what can I do to help my hydrocarbon Japan grow? I have two pathetic little sprouts just sitting there for months. They do like their nutrients. They love their fertilizations, and they love water changes. So that reoxygenation of the water changes with the combo of the fertilization is what they really like. But they do take time to grow. Those hydrocarbon Japan can kind of take a while to get going. That's why I don't sell a whole lot of it. It's such a slow grower for me, even if you do have a big mass. And Finn Wiggles, thank you so much again for the $10 super chat. That is awesome of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And oh my goodness, you guys had me distracted. Got right on through. PJ Kazemi, thank you so much for the huge order. I really appreciate that, PJ. But yeah, we are over the hour mark. You guys have me distracted good. Man, so many questions left. I hate to just jump off here like this, but I am gonna have to, because I have to feed all these fish still. I've got to get into this utility room, get that water change done in it, and I gotta glue some more plumbing too. That's what I've been doing lately, is getting all these pieces and parts glued together. But I appreciate all you guys coming out for this Friday night live Q&A, all for the support. Absolutely amazing. I love you guys, and could not do this without you. And we're definitely going to feed the barbs here a little bit of food too, because why not? Why are we looking at me when we got all these tanks over here? Boom. Ain't that better? That's a lot prettier right there. Let's give these guys some food, because that's always fun. But thank you all for hanging out, for watching, liking, subscribing, just being here. Even the guy who got timed out, thank him for giving me some activity for being timed out. You gotta be pretty bad to get timed out on my channel. Whoa, hello. Start thinking about a closing song. Oh, man. Put on the spot, huh? I need a beat. Somebody drop me a beat. It would be like, goodbye world, what a world, or I don't know. It'll be worse if I even start. All right, well, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, yum, yum. Feed them all. Yum, yum, yum. All right, peace, everybody. I appreciate you. Take care. Have a great one. Do 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 do.